Alright, welcome back to Sly Cooper. This is part 9. Where we infiltrate more of Miss Ruby's stuff in, the second phase of this world. And here's for another one gimmick that will return eventually. Well, actually, this is already a gimmick we've seen before, so this is a returning gimmick.
That vehicle seems to be outfitted with some sort of high-energy cannon. Use the left analog stick to move, and aim the right analog stick in the direction you want to shoot. Remember, you can always shoot in one direction while moving in another.
So yeah, technically we haven't been on this specific vehicle, but yeah, we had to do a shooting minigame earlier that played just like this. So I consider this a returning gimmick. Just in a new coat of paint, basically. Yep, otherwise this is a pretty interesting level. So now this becomes a shooter game. Luckily, it's not such a drastic change as something like, say, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2's, shooting levels compared to everything else. Well, I guess in Sonic Adventure 1 it wouldn't be such a drastic change considering the amount of gimmicks that game has. Unless you, I don't know, at least consider gameplay change to be different. But yeah. This level likes to do a lot of, things that basically test your ability here. Well, not testing, more like make you wait a very long time to do things. So there's always these things you have to destroy, but they're always covered by these barrier things. And you have to get close to the spawning points as you see here. If I couldn't destroy these even if I wanted to from far away, so if you want to take these out, you gotta get close and, trigger the enemies here. And it only gets worse. More enemies keeps popping up every time. Yep. What you see here is basically where you're gonna see a whole bunch.
According to my paranormal scan, the suit is really highly charged. It's just got to be the source of power for these generators.
Well, I guess if they are, this shouldn't. I guess he shouldn't be so easily destroyed, really, but it happens sometimes, apparently. Anyway, here, the annoying part about this is that you got Pierre here throwing his head in a whole bunch, and you gotta basically keep going back and forth to avoid everything. So you can't stand still, or else you're gonna get hit by something eventually. I mean, that's the basis for basically every game with enemies, but yeah, you gotta keep swerving back and forth if you want to dodge everything these enemies throw. Otherwise, they're about as weak as they are in-game. Only now you just gotta shoot them instead of just whack them with your cane. And luckily I had, 98 coins and got 100 there. But anyway, the strategy for this one, believe it or not, does exist. You gotta make sure, one thing you gotta do is that you better make sure if you destroy one of those tombstones, you destroy them in a specific order. If for some reason you destroy them in the middle one first, you gotta do a lot of swerving between two very far away tombstones. This makes the level way harder than it needs to, so don't do it. But destroy them all and that's it. That is basically it. It just magically goes down once you destroy all the headstones. Then again, voodoo magic works wonders, doesn't it? So finally we can get past this one barrier. Destroy these candles and the barrier is just gone now. That's it. The parallels to RT Island really do pop up sometimes. But anyway, enough of that. Another gimmick level. Only this is a weird one because you're actually on foot when you do this.
With all the hay and feathers in here, just looking at this place has got me breaking out in hives. But we've got no choice. That ghost over there contacted me on Spectre Wave Radio, and we've cut a deal. He's promised us a key if you can whack 50 chickens. I guess he needs them to make a big pot of gumbo, but he's scared of the bomb-toting roosters. Be careful, or they'll blow you to bits. Think you can do it?
Well, first off, obviously, yeah, even the ghosts have names. Thanks to this one being a friendly ghost, you can actually see its name. Although, clearly they didn't put much work into it since it only has its scientific name to go by, so... The Rhodianthus undeadus, it is. But anyway, this level can be pretty annoying. First off, the most annoying part are the roosters here. I believe at set intervals where you defeat the chickens, these things pop out and they like to chase you around the ends of the world, basically. Luckily, no more pop up than just 2, so... If you can keep a good distance away from them, you can avoid spawning more, as long as you don't get hit by them. And they seriously do slow things down. But a good way to avoid them is to try and get them to crash into each other. But to do this, just get them both close together, then just jump over one of these barriers, where they'll eventually converge into each other by accident. Otherwise, there's not much else to this. You're barely given some amount of time, but it's good enough. Also, don't question why a ghost is afraid of these things, but considering well, normally I'd say the cane probably has, since it's the Cooper cane, it's probably has some magical properties or something to hit ghosts, but I guess it's not special anymore if the bomb-tooting roosters can, probably splat that ghost. But enough of that about that. This level could be pretty annoying, but yeah, that's it. It's pretty basic and simple as it looks. It took me a lot of tries to actually record it and make it look seamless and everything without, making things look bad. Because if there's one thing I don't need to show off, it's deaths all the time. So, yeah. It's about time I actually do some proper editing. But anyway, enough of this. We're going to the Skull Temple, which isn't really a temple, it's just a place that you just go into.
I could feel that Cooper vibe a-coming. Most distastefully bad juju.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady. Cooking up an army of ghosts isn't a very neighborly pastime.
Oh, Sly. I see your mouth a-moving, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah. Well, if jaws need to flap, then let them flap. See you in the next world, Sly Cooper.
Okay, so the first part of this, well, the whole level really, is the rhythm thing. So, if you have good rhythm, you can tell when everything's going to occur, except for Miss Ruby herself. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking here because there's rhythm to be had, so enjoy this Let's Play.
Come back here. You can't run away forever.
Quite true. Quite true. Why don't I have my servant Chumley escort you over here?
All right. What's the catch?
Oh, not much. Just a little game I like to play with all my annoying guests. I want to see how well you pay attention.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll unleash my mighty mojo magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just fine. If not, you'll get set.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
So that's it for the rhythm part of this, game. See if I could start talking again. But only for once. Just this once.
You certainly got some rhythm, Raccoon. But it won't help you none if you're fixing to go after the Panda King. He's tough, with a capital T. If you go poking around his stronghold in China, you're likely to get poked back.
Yeah, well, if he's anything like the rest of you, I think I'll manage. Ms. Ruby's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held notes from my pioneering ancestor, Slighton Common. His invisibility technique allowed him to steal from corrupt pharaohs and greedy noblemen. Right on schedule, Inspector Fox's arrival cued my exit. The production of zombies, made illegal in the World Peace Accord of 71, earned Ms. Ruby a life sentence behind bars. While the gang and I enjoyed a few weeks in the tropical sunshine, working on our tans in preparation for our next caper.
Yep, wasn't that a good Let's Play, huh? Hope you enjoyed this part of a Let's Play. Now, 0 signing off.